If you look at average weekly earnings and use, say, 1967 dollars deflated by the CPIW, wages today are below where they were in 1964. The real wages, and they're far below where they were in 1973. So, and of course, they're far below where they were in the Reagan years. So, with these kinds of measures and this kind of evidence, we have to ask why none of this comes out in the financial press. Why is it not in the financial news? Why isn't Congress holding hearings? Why instead we hear all this stuff? Oh, recovery, or oh, we have job increases in jobs. It's just all BS. People are living in the matrix.
Yeah. Well, Doctor, I don't know if you connect the dots in the same way I do, but of course there is the potential for a perfect storm brewing, another war, the economic crisis, and a number of very heavy-handed measures building up to sort of contain the people if that crisis reaches, I guess, a tipping point. We covered today congressional hearings on Homeland Security's monitoring, basically dissidents and bloggers and so forth, and the FBI this week branding sovereigns and just about any kind of ordinary American with an opinion as a potential terrorist. Where does the rubber meet the road? How bad can things get, and what are we likely to see if things reach this tipping point?
Well, they obviously have a police state there, and they'll use it if they need to, or have a chance, or think they need to. There's nothing to stop it. The courts have given up. Congress have endorsed it. You know, when they codified the amendment, you know, that amendment to the National Defense Authorization Act, what that did, that codified all the violations of the Constitution that Bush had gotten away with. Bush didn't have law behind him. The law was against him. But they established through use those powers. And now they're codified in the law so that Obama is not at risk. If he uses them, nobody can say, as they did of Bush, that he's behaving illegally and should be arrested. And now he can use them with the full force of the law. They remain unconstitutional. And whether or not someone can get standing to bring the case, and whether or not the Supreme Court would hear it and overturn this codification, I don't know. We can hope something like that happens. But if not, what we have is no longer accountable to law, and our civil liberties protected by the Constitution and its amendments are gone. They can be removed just at the discretion of someone in the executive branch. It doesn't even have to be the president.
I mean, those of us paying attention, I think, are almost universally outraged, or should be. But those who serve the system, is there any point where they get out of the bureaucratic mode and start to remember that they're doing this to actual people?
I don't think so. Look, anyone who's got power loves to use it. Just think about something very simple. Suppose a man and woman are living together, they're not married. Suppose one or the other of them has some medical issue, and their partner can't get access to the data because they're not married. Mm-hmm. And it makes no sense, but a nurse or a doctor would use this power because, oh, we've got this power to deny you, and they routinely do, from everything that I hear. So I think people are enamored of power. If they have it, they want to use it, and so I don't think we will have any Gestapo running around acting like Jesus Christ. I think they'll act like Gestapo.
So unfortunate. Anything else you'd like to add as we close here?
Well, I think we've talked about a lot. We can probably close.
Yes, sir.
We have to keep our eyes open because things can happen very quickly, and and we can all be deceived. And surely a false flag attack, if Washington can stand up and say, oh, the Iranians attacked us, they sunk a ship, or they attacked a ship, then the people are going to rush into the war. They'll forget all about how they were deceived in Vietnam and Iraq and everywhere else. They'll just say, oh, we've got to defend our country, and that'll be it. That's how it works. It always works.
We're in a lot of trouble. Of course, you're right. We have to remain vigilant. Thank you so much for joining us, Dr. Roberts. Your website, again, is paulcraigroberts.org, correct?
Correct.
And that's where you can find all your most recent articles, as well as on Infowars. That's it for tonight's Infowars Nightly News. We'll be back again tomorrow, and keep watching. Thank you.